Spreaker.com is how we're being heard right now. And don't forget, download the app, Sports Kings Live. Jump in the chat room. You got Big Mike. You got Coop. We have a new friend to the show, and I actually went away from it. But we have, the chat room is jumping. So the only thing missing is you. And we'll be right back after these words. This is Sports Kings Live right here on Spreaker.com.
If you're a single man under the age of 35, you'd probably like to know what the ladies are looking for on an online dating site. A guy who had a few drinks and later got pulled over for buzzed driving. See, that could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And doesn't a guy who's back living with his parents but calls them my roommates just scream Mr. Right?
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
What's going on, everybody? It's your man, Big Mike.
Yep, and this is RC, Rod Calloway.
First of all, we'd like to thank everybody for being down with the Kings and for supporting Sports Kings Live.
Your listens, downloads, likes, and follows have allowed this show to grow by leaps and bounds in just a few months.
Now, if you have a product or a business and you'd like to promote it on this show,
it's simple. Just email us at sportskingslive@gmail.com. And once again, thank you for being down with the Kings.
All right, and we are back. This is Sports Kings Live. Rod Calloway flying solo dolo. Today is Wednesday, July 15th, 2015. And you know what? Yesterday, I was such a bad brother. Yesterday, my youngest sister actually had a birthday yesterday. Turned 23. And she just got married last Friday. So happy birthday to my sister Courtney. Happy belated birthday. Oh, I don't know. I'm a great big brother, but at the same time, it's just certain things I just forget about. I can't even lie. I can't. But charge it to my head and not to my heart. That is what they say. Yeah, charge it to my head and not to my heart. But anyway, Sports Kings Live. Rob Calloway here. Don't forget Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr at Sports Kings Live. Email sportskingslive@gmail.com. And before we get into this SEC Media Day, we are going to go ahead and take a look back into the annals of sports history, and it is something that we call On This Day.
And now, the Sports Kings take a look back on this day.
Look, I feel so blessed right now because, usually, we don't have a producer when we do this thing. But, Mike has been on top of his game today, and he sent me the On This Day. So big shouts out, boy. I really appreciate that. 1876, George Washington Bradley. George Washington Bradley of St. Louis pitched the first no-hitter in baseball with a 2-0 win over Hartford. 1973, Nolan Ryan. Hold the hell up. Nolan Ryan. Hold up. Nolan Ryan was pitching in 73? Hold on. Didn't Nolan Ryan just retire in 98? I could be mistaken, but I swear he retired in 98 or something like that. But in 1973, Nolan Ryan of the California Angels became the first pitcher in 2 decades to win 2 no-hitters in a season. 1985, baseball players voted the strike on August 6th if no contract was reached with baseball owners. The strike turned out to be just a 1-day interruption. In 1990, Bobby Thigpen became the quickest reliever in Major League history to reach 30 saves in a season as he came on to save the White Sox 8-5 victory over the New York Yankees. In 1996, Cal Ripken's consecutive playing streak at shortstop ended at 2,216. It was the first time Ripken had not played shortstop since July 1st, 1982. Ripken moved to third base as part of a shakeup by manager Davey Johnson, who moved Manny Alexander into the lineup at shortstop. And what's crazy is I think after, and again, I could be mistaken, but I think it was the game after Cal Ripken broke the record that they actually sat him down. So that's a hell of a record right there. 1982 to 1996. In 1999, in Seattle, Washington, the inaugural game at Seattle Mariners Safeco Field was held, and in 2011, one for the home team, the Atlanta Braves won their 10,000th game in club history. So that is on this day. All right, still to come, because we're about to get into this SEC Media Day thing. But still to come, I'm going to do this one for Mike, because he texted me today, and it was kind of sad that we didn't talk about Brittany Griner and Glory Johnson yesterday. And so we will definitely talk about that coming up maybe before 8 o'clock or after 8 o'clock. But we're definitely going to get that in, because there are some new rules and things being laid down here. I don't know what you want to call it. What was it? Just, I guess you could say there are new trails being blazed, if you will. With this whole Gloria Johnson and Brittany Griner thing. And so we will definitely talk about that coming up in just a matter of minutes. All right, so SEC Media Days going on Hoover, Alabama. And today, the biggest rock star in college football, as Mike calls him, Nick Saban, was on hand today, and looking at the Crimson Tide this year. Of course, the semifinal of the college football playoff did not go the way that Alabama would have liked it to, with their 42-35 loss to Ohio State. But hell, they're Alabama, and the one thing that I'll go back to. And talking about Alabama is that, the past few seasons, Alabama has not been, they didn't come into the season ranked number one. They would be in like the top 10. Not number one. Because Mississippi State started out last year at number one and held on till what? 3 weeks? 3 weeks until the playoff or the championship or something like that. Before they ended up, losing and everything fell apart for them. But Alabama is Alabama, and the things Nick Saban was saying today, that they were distracted by draft grades and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, okay. All right. If that's what, well, thank you, One Take Podcast Nation. Thank you for checking in with us. Yeah, do come back. Always plenty of good room for you and yours, homie. But yeah, so last year, Alabama finished 12-2 overall, 7-1 in the SEC. They came in first place in the West. This year, coming back, they have 11 starters, 2 on offense, 7 on defense. Not sure, but again, like I say, it's Alabama, and while you have 2 returning starters, I'm more than sure that the guys that are going to take the field are more than capable. But hey, me being a Bulldog fan, if they're not, good. Couple players to watch. You have the quarterback, Jake Coker, the running back, Derrick Henry. Then you got Robert Foster at wide receiver. Also, the nose tackle, A'Shawn Robinson. That's A''Sean. A'Shawn. Defensive end, Jonathan Allen. Then you got the defensive end, Jarian Reed and Reggie Ragland at the linebacker position. And so it's they do have a few standout players coming back. But here's the deal. The defense for Alabama, the defensive line, everybody's coming back. So of those 7 players, the majority of them are on the defensive line. And so, they have some very fast pass rushers. And this could turn out to be, and this is just me talking, on the defensive side, this could turn out to be quite possibly the best defense that Alabama has had in maybe a year or two, maybe 2 years. I'll go back that far. And so it's just one of those things where on the offensive side, you got to make sure that you try to avoid as many injuries as possible. if you're the Crimson Tide, because there's a lot of uncertainty on that offensive side of the ball. When you talk about losing your quarterback Blake Sims, your running back T.J. Yeldon, Amari Cooper, the wide receiver, also Christian Jones, and then on the defensive side, Brandon Avery and Landon Collins, and also Xavier Dixon. So a lot of uncertainty there. But again, I always think that Nick Saban and his group, they do a great job of coaching these guys up and putting them in the best position to win. And so looking at Alabama's schedule, they start off with Wisconsin in Arlington over in Jerry's World. Then they take on Middle Tennessee State. That's followed by Ole Miss. Then they take on Louisiana Monroe. Then they take on the University of Georgia between the hedges October 3rd. Now, this is going to be the game right here. I don't care what anybody says. This is going to be the game right here, October 3rd versus Georgia. Then that's followed by Arkansas, Texas A&M, Tennessee, LSU, Mississippi State, Charleston Southern, and Auburn. So, I see Middle Tennessee State, Louisiana Monroe, and Charleston Southern. Those are the three, I guess, the three cupcakes that Alabama will see this year. And again, I don't know who's going to come out tops in the SEC West. I don't know if it's going to be Alabama or if it's going to be Auburn, but I definitely believe that it's going to be one of these teams out of Alabama that's going to represent the SEC West. I mean, it would be a great story if Mississippi State was able to turn things around and win, but I doubt that happens. Then you have who else? Brent Bielema, the guy with the sparkly shoes. Mike said he had on bedazzled shoes, but they were fly though. He is the head football coach of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Last year, 7-6 overall, 2-6 in the SEC. They came in 7th in the West. Not, definitely not a good look. But if you're an Arkansas fan, you had some really, really close games, close SEC games. Texas A&M, you lost by a touchdown. To Alabama, you lost by 1 point. To Georgia, you narrowly lost. What was that score was 45-32. Against Mississippi State, you lost 17-10. So a lot of these games were in reach. The game in Missouri. Oh, and you know what? I forgot about this. The game versus Missouri is the game that Georgia needed Arkansas to come through. And what happened? They end up losing 21-14. So, not Arizona, but Arkansas, it's like they're right there on the cusp. Right there on the cusp of something. You got to win more SEC games though. But putting together a 7-win season, going 7-6 overall, not too shabby. But if you are an SEC team, right? And again, I'm not trying to put the SEC on some pedestal. I'm not trying to do that. But if you're in the SEC, and especially in the West, you got to win ball games, man. You got to win ball games at all costs. And I don't know what you got to do to win ball games if you're Arkansas. I mean, because it's been a minute since Arkansas has been like relative. But looking at the schedule, they start off with UTEP. That's followed by Toledo, then Texas Tech, Texas A&M, Tennessee, Alabama, Auburn, UT Martin, Ole Miss, LSU, Mississippi State, then Missouri. All right, now the good part for Arkansas. Here's the good part for Arkansas. 15 returning starters. You got 8 on offense, 6 on defense. Your quarterback's back, Brandon Allen, Jonathan Williams, the running back, Alex Collins, the running back, your tight end, Hunter Henry. And so from that standpoint, you're bringing back some familiarity. And the offense should be, the offense for this Arkansas team should be the